I'm not quite sure with this one, whether it's on the light note or it should be serious, or I don't know. But I found it to be a little bit folly what the South Africans did in Mozambique. Now, you guys want to know my thoughts about the South Africans that were heckled in Mozambique. It's the bravado of the South Africans for me. I know it's a serious matter and it upsets me because when I saw it the first time, I was angry at the South Africans for lack of wisdom. I mean, okay, fine, do you, boo? It's your money, it's your life. But what happened to intelligence? Like just being smart and reading the room. What happened to reading the room? Like, guys, we are going to Mozambique and we just told them to abahambe. Not to say abalande. And I think the Mozambicans, even though the whole scene for me was a little bit hilarious because I don't think there was seriousness on the Mozambican side, in as much as the South African side is trying to. Why would you even open your mouth in a foreign land? That's the folly part about it, meaning foolish. Because what if they did something to you? What if they did something to you? I mean, Mozambique is known to be quite rough. I mean, they still have trauma of war. You guys were quite lucky to have come across a restaurant owner who was probably born in the late 80s, early 90s. Because if you came across, number one, the owner of the restaurant being a male Mozambican, probably in his 50s, that you wouldn't have responded. You would not have responded. You would probably be back on your back to South Africa. That's what I think it would have been. It was so risque what these South Africans did. And to even tell them, well, you are our help us back home. And that's what the other South African woman trying to block this other one with a big mouth. Why are you provoking people in their own country? I don't get it. Number one, you failed to read the room when you hopped on that flight or you hopped on that bus or whatever it is that you got yourselves to Mozambique with. And now you are being challenged because there's an issue back where you come from, your country, South Africa. And for me, this also gave me an idea that something is amiss here. South Africans are very clear about illegal foreigners leaving the country. But you're also going to have a media that says anti-immigrant or anti-migration, saying us South Africans, we are anti-migration, which that couldn't be furthest from the truth. South Africa welcomes migrants. Whether you call those migrants tourists, whether you call those migrants people that chose South Africa as their retirement home, or these people are here on a student visa, work visa, business visa, all these people fall under immigration or migrants. But what we are crying about is the ones that do not follow the channels, the proper channels that are provided for by our immigration laws on how to enter South Africa. Those are the people we have an issue with because when they come into the country, they've done a lot of damage, these people, so much damage. And some of the damage is being blamed on innocent South Africans, like farm murders. It's being blamed on us. And then when you sit down and you speak to the people that are accusing us of farm murders, we have one question, and this question, they can't answer it. We've been with you for centuries. For centuries. And you have caused us so much pain and suffering. And we are a majority. Why didn't we genocide you then? Why didn't we? From then, we could, but we didn't. So why now? Why now? And then when you look around, there are porous borders. And these are the same people who got rid of white people in their own countries. And now they're telling us to do the same thing because they want to occupy what the white people have here in South Africa for the past 400 years. Whether that is stolen land or it's land that they got in whichever way, and the economy. And they fail to build their own economies, build their own countries. They want to where it's already done so that they can mess it. I want you to use a very strong word, but they want to mess it up like they did in their own countries. We take the blame for everything. When a French person visits South Africa and enjoying the scenery, the food, the people, and everything, and then unfortunately gets shot and killed. And who's going to be blamed for that? South Africans. Police come, they collect all the ballistic information. They say, well, it looks like it was somebody that is not in the system that did that. But who took the blame? South Africa. Today, South Africa is considered as one of the most dangerous places or countries to go to in the world. Different countries give advisories about coming to South Africa. Why? We cannot be both Ubuntu and also killers at the same. We cannot be. Choose one devil. You can't have them both. You have Ubuntu, and then on top of that, you still unalive people. We take the blame. So when you are a South African going to an African country right now, you're stupid. I'll repeat. If you are a South African, particularly Black South African, going to another African country at this point, you're stupid. You're not reading the room. Why? Because I am learning that the media, since it labels us as anti-migrant or anti-immigrants, they are telling their respective countries about how violent we are as as we are chasing out people, we are unaliving. That is exactly what they are reporting. They even take videos of atrocities that are happening somewhere on the African continent, play them on their news channels. I'm talking national news channel, and attribute that video to us. What do you think is going to happen? The people of that country, how do you think they're going to feel about South Africans? I mean, do you see Uganda? Some guy is campaigning with a yellow blazer and saying empty enemas, whatever it is that he's saying. And also Standard Bank. You go to Ghana. Ghana themselves, they're all over MTN as if MTN belongs to the people of South Africa. MTN does not belong to the people of South Africa. It's a privately owned company with people with shares, and some of whom, yeah, they may be South Africans. But it doesn't affect us. We get nothing from MTN, nothing from Standard Bank, from DSTV. All those profits go to France. But you think you're going to kick us where it hurts by boycotting or kicking out MTN, DSTV, and Standard Bank? Do you, boo? As a matter of fact, we'll support you. We will support you in doing that. You do nothing to us. Zilch. But the point that I'm making here is the people of the countries that you might be visiting as a South African, the reports are that you are a killer. You are killing fellow Africans in South Africa. So don't be surprised when they react exactly like how the Mozambicans did to these South Africans. You need, before to hop on that flight all excited going to Ghana or Nigeria or Uganda or wherever on the African continent, read the room. See if you can save your, because this one, like I said, is pretty light. I mean, it's just a woman throwing shade at South Africans and South Africans throwing shade right back at them. But even though they did not get served, but it was still light, it was still a little bit funny. But it could have turned out to be terrible. Right now, two countries will be locked in a room and discussing diplomatic situation about dead South Africans in Mozambique. All because they were stupid, not reading the room. I'm serious. You stupid. If you're really going to Africa right now, like to an African country right now, you stupid. I'm just letting you know. And when something happens to you and then you start setting up your TikTok videos and telling us you are stranded and you want to come back home, the questions that we will ask you is, didn't you know that South Africa is being propagated on the African continent? Secondly, didn't you read the room? Thirdly, are you sleeping under a rock somewhere while you are in South Africa? Why did you go? Don't say, oh, don't ask those questions now. No, I will ask them. I will ask them because every information is at your disposal right now. If it isn't, do your research. Is it safe for me as a South African, particularly Black South African, to travel to Ghana? I can tell you right now, it's not safe for you to travel to Ghana. It's not safe for you to travel to Nigeria. It's not safe for you to travel to Uganda. It's not safe for you to travel to Kenya. It's not safe for you to travel to Zimbabwe. It's not safe for you to travel to Mozambique. It's not safe for you to travel anywhere on the African country. Stay at home. Stay at home. In every war, there are going to be casualties. And I see some celebrities, as if we care, because they don't care about us. They tell us, oh, my gig is canceled here. I was supposed to DJ here. Man. Who cares? Who cares? It's not about you. It cannot always be about you and your ego. It's about South Africans that are suffering. That you say nothing. But y'all are too dumb to say anything after here. Just be careful, fellow South Africans. Just be wise. You get I don't know. There's virtual these days. If it's a job, do it virtually. Be grounded here. There's Zoom, there's Google Meet, there's all kinds of platforms you can use, and it will be as if you are there. If you say you're going there for vacation, these people are being told lies about us and rage baiting these nations that you might be going to. They are not reporting the truth. And let alone even mention that South Africans are fighting illegality of people that are violating the immigration law of South Africa. They're not reporting that. They're saying you, as a Black South African, are unaliving a fellow Black African. But you are not touching white people because you are scared of them. That is the narrative that is flying all over Africa. And then when you land, you think everybody's going to have like their arms wide open for you. I wish now where you have either, what's the word? I think you tell yourself because the South Africans, everybody will love you. Not Africans right now. Until illegality and illegal foreigners are gone from South Africa, and then they learn the truth that it was all about that to begin with, and then things start improving, that's when you can start traveling to Africa. That's when you will start traveling. And I know there's going to be a Pan-Africanist who will say, did you hear what he said? He said Africa. Well, Africa is the one that cut us off. They said we are not part of them. Didn't you see them at the World Cup? Haven't you seen videos other people say South Africa needs to be cut out of the rest of African Council? It's them. It's not me. But it's funny. That video from Mozambique, but it could have been bad. It could have been really, really bad. All because a bunch of South Africans are not reading the room. It's your money. Like I said, do you, boo. It's your life too. But you must understand why you were chucked out. And if you got a place where they accepted you, great. But next time, read the room. I'll leave this video right here. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what are your thoughts about this whole thing. Are you going somewhere on the African continent? Let me know. I'm very interested. What is your strategy? Because we need to have a strategy. Other than that, you just be dumb. That's it. See you later.